In A-line, you find that you got to do a lot of math, and you might be questioning why you do math. So we have math early on in our courses because you have to start doing some of this math. For example, D-line, one of my favorites, equals electrical. And mainly Ohm's law. And Ohm's law uses formulas like 1 over RT equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. So using a formula like this is really quite simple. You just got to look at it as a, let's make it as a fraction. You have to look at it as a fraction. A lot of times we have 1 over 2 plus 1 over 3 plus 1 over 4. And we got to know what that equals. So I'm going to add the 1 over RT in just to make it realistic what we actually do and why you're working on adding fractions. So you have, this is your numerator, num, and this is your denominator, denominator, yeah, dom. So they have to be the same. So simply, we have to find a number that they all divide into. And so I'm going to say, well, let's go 4. 3 won't go into 4. Okay. Let's go 6. 4 won't go into 6. What else? 10? No. 12? 4, 8, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, 2, 4. Hey, 12 is it. I have a feeling 12 is it. So I'm going to go 1 over, whoops, not 12. 1 over RT equals. So this I got to make 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. 6, 12. So what I do on the bottom, I went times 6, I got my 12. So I do it to the top, times 6. 6 over 12. Now I want this one to equal 12 as well. So what times 3 is 12? 5 is 15. 3 times 4 is 12. So that will give me my 12. And I went, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't 3, it was 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 1 is 4. Moving along. What makes this one 12? 3 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 1. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. I just got to add them up because now that the denominator is the same, the numerators can be added up. So we got 13. 13. And our bottom denominator is 12. We have 13 over 12. So let's rewrite this as 1 over RT equals 13 over 12. And that's all there is to it. Now, unfortunately, you just cannot divide 1 over RT. So a math trick is we can flip the RT and when we flip it, the 1 goes away. So what we do on one side, we got to do on the other side. So let's flip that too. So we have 12 over 13. That we can divide. And it's going to be just like, it's going to be 0.9 something, 912, let's say. Now we've solved for RT. So that's why you have to know your math. Another one that you guys would be dealing with, and I'm only going to go into 2 today, is figuring out the area of a circle. And this is for Pascal's law. And it's going to be in hydraulics, which is C-line. Another favorite, hydraulics. So C-line dictates that you have to be able to tell me what that area of that circle is. So luckily I have a formula memorized, and it's pi r squared. So pi is a constant. We know what that is. Hopefully you know what it is. 3.14. It's always going to be 3.14. It always has been. Maybe you can get it tattooed on the back of your arm or something if you need it a lot. But you'll remember it if you practice and try to remember that. So r stands for radius. And radius is half of the diameter. So this is the diameter of this circle. And I'm going to say this circle is 4-inch diameter. I'm just going to draw it out here. 4-inch diameter. So half of the diameter is the radius. So it's 2. So pi times 2, but we got this 2 here we got to worry about too. And that says r squared. So when we square something, we times it by itself. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then we got to go 4 times 3.14. Okay, you guys have iPhones and stuff, and you're gonna do you're gonna use your phone to do it, but I'm gonna do it manually here. 4 times 4 is 16, 1, 4, 5, that's 12, 2, 1, 2 decimal spots, 1256. The area of this circle is 12.56 inches. That's the math you're going to have to do. So it's good to pay attention in A-line. So you get to, now this is a piston. I was drawing a piston. So there's a piston. And just so you want to know why you have to know this, you got your crankshaft down here. We need to know this area of this piston. So what I can do is I can say it has a 5-inch stroke. Okay, so this is 12.56 squared, because it's just the surface area. But if you were to times it by the 5, 5 times 6 is 30, 3, 5 times 5 is 25, 26, 27, 28, 2, 5 is 10, 12, 1, 5, 6, 6280. The volume of this cylinder, so now that's cubed. So I'm going to draw that figure. 6280 cubed. Because it's a volume now, not a surface area. Now, if this is an 8-cylinder engine, so there's 8 of these, in 2 revolutions of the crankshaft, we're going to get all this area of air going into this engine and coming out. So let's just times that. 8 times 0 is 0, 64, 6, 16, 16, 32, no, 22, sorry. 22, 2, 8, 48 for 950. This engine is a 502, that's a big engine. Cadillac had that for a while. This is why this math is important. You will get to practice this math in brakes, in B line, in C line. In electrical, you'll be doing some of the other math equations. It doesn't get much more complicated than this. It's basic math. Pay attention to what you're doing now because it comes up later.